I don't think so. I don't see it. Well, greetings, everybody. Sorry about that. This is Dark Moon Goddess, and I just want to come with this video sharing a little bit of how I feel about women's health and what we do to ourselves. We always put ourselves last. We put ourselves last. We put our children before ourselves. We put our men before ourselves, our jobs, our everything before ourselves. And we don't really take the time to nurture ourselves from within. We hurt from so many different things. We just take so many different situations. We take so much abuse, all across the board. And women hold it internally and they do their best to maintain. Some women can't maintain, they crack, because it's just too much for them to deal with. Excuse me. So they find it hard, and some of us try to go to psychiatrists and psychologists, and some of us even go as far as taking medicine because sometimes it's just the pressure of life is just too much. And women come down with all kind of issues from breast cancer to diabetes, and men get those issues too. Don't get me wrong, but I believe women need to take better care of their health because we're nurturers. We give everybody else love, attention, and affection, and we're nurturers, and we tend to forget about ourselves, or we tend to leave ourselves last, or we tend to be tired and say, "Oh, I'll get to me tomorrow," "Oh, I'll do this later," and then when the later comes, you're really not that enthused because you're tired. You know what I mean? But we juggle so many different hats, and we carry so many different burdens. Like I said, from marriage to being a mother, to trying to socialize. Just, and men and women go through those things when it comes to trying to socialize and be around others. Everybody has their way that they learn or either navigate in this planet. So I think diet is very important. Well, let's not even call it a diet because if you think a diet, you know what I mean? It sounds like diet, so lifestyle. You have to change the way you eat. How do you communicate with your body, with the food? You know what I mean? What are you communicating to your body? Are you communicating, fast food? Are you communicating junk foods? Are you communicating alcohol, drugs? You know what I mean? Are you communicating fruits and vegetables? Are you communicating exercise to your body? Are you communicating love to your body? Are you spending time in worshiping your temple? Because this is the body that you was given. This is the spacesuit. This is the vehicle that you were given to maneuver and navigate around on this physical plane, or on this plane that we use, this physical body, might I say. So if we don't take care of it, it starts to deteriorate, and then we don't understand why, this is happening, that's happening. But I noticed that stress can make room, okay, for you to mistreat your body, for you to not take care of yourself. And it's very easy, um, you have to be careful in how much of you give out to yourself. Because as women, of course, we want to give out to our men, our children, to others, and you give so much of yourself out, but what do you have for you? And then you begin to feel depleted, and all irritability sets in, gas can set in, um, bad habits can set in, not getting enough sleep can set in, anger can even set in. I mean, all sorts of things can come from that. So we have to be careful, Not only do we have to exercise, because if you're sitting around dormant like me, I've been sitting around dormant for not totally dormant, but I haven't been as active in the last few years of my life when it comes to exercise. I could have done better, but I didn't. I'm not going to make any excuses. Just like with my diet, just like with my bad habits, So this is for me as well as others. But I just feel I want to share, what I'm learning and gathering and getting together for myself. So move your body around, range of motion, is what they call it in medical terminology. Moving your body around, making sure every part of your body is exercised. I used to be very religious with exercising my body. I mean, it was serious with me. It was 6 days a week. You know what I mean? And it was a religion for me. It really was. It doesn't have anything to do with, religious beliefs, but anything you do over and over again, most of you guys know is a religion. So, it was religious with me, and I fell off of that. Um, I'm an extreme person, and when I'm on something, whatever I'm dealing with or whatever is present in my life at that time, I'm just so extreme with it, and I have to learn how to have a balance, and I don't know, I don't know why I'm like that either, but excuse me guys, but I'm learning, as I evolve and become better and ascend, you know, um, I'm learning how to do my body better. Yes, there are times I'll partake in things that aren't so good, but I am making that so much less now, and I'm already conscious of it, but I'm being more proactive in what I do with this temple. Like I said, exercise, the diet. I'm learning to eat breakfast in the morning because if you don't eat breakfast in the morning, it messes with your blood sugar, your metabolism, and it affects how you are, how you maneuver and navigate through the day, you know. And I never realized that. I just was like, oh, well, I don't eat breakfast, you know what I mean? I'm just not a breakfast person, but at the same time, this body is designed for certain things to be. So I start incorporating fruits and vegetables, making sure I buy them every couple of days. My apples, I love strawberries. Bananas, I like bananas, but I don't like them as much as I used to. I like peaches and pineapples and raspberries and blueberries and blackberries, and I like avocados. I like mangoes. So I like a variety of watermelon. I can keep naming them, but I like a variety, and I love vegetables. The only vegetable that I do not like going near is asparagus. Swiss chard and all that I'm even learning to enjoy, but that asparagus, I don't know. It's something about that asparagus I just can't stand. But you know, and drinking more water, drinking plenty of water. Yes, I know people have a problem. Oh, the bottles. You know what? You have to do what you can with what you have, and you have to make it work. You know what I mean? If you gotta cast spells over it for it to be okay, then do that by all means. Whatever it takes for you to be okay. And casting spells is just putting words together with magic and making it work, okay? You can say all that fancy stuff, whatever you want to, but come on now. Some of us have done these things at many different points of our life at many different times and didn't even realize what we was doing and said, "Oh, look what God did." But if God lives through you, you know what I mean, for lack of better terms, for most of you guys who probably will come across this video, but for those of you who know the difference, then just weigh it out, But if like God lives through you, so if that's the case, then you are God, and it tells you, even Jesus told the people in that New Testament that ain't ye your little gods or something to that effect. So if you have the ability and the power of God, then why don't you just let it flow through you? You know what I mean? And just accept that instead of just always throwing it back to the creator but not giving him props for the work he's doing through you. But you say you are, but it's like you're really not. You know what I mean? But let me leave that alone. I just wasn't trying to get into that. Okay, guys. Um, that's just my interpretation of it. Everybody has their interpretation of life, okay? Or what's going on in life. But we have to learn how to be more proactive with our bodies and take better care of our bodies. So, do what you have to do to be okay. You know what I mean? And do extensive research, do studying. Um, Give me a second. I got this book I want to show everybody. Okay, you guys, sorry about that. Sorry it took me so long. If you guys are sitting, waiting, I just wanted to share a couple of books that I have. But I just wanted to say, diet, lifestyle, make sure you have a spiritual life. I know for a while I was going through a lot and I was neglecting my spiritual life, and I was like hit and missing with it. But you have to be dedicated, because all those aspects is going to make a difference, as well as your mental well-being. If you have to have a therapist. If you need to have someone to talk to, have someone you can trust to talk to that you can confide in that's not going to be airing your business. If you have to journal it down because some of us are not able to have someone to talk to, journal it down. If you have to record it and just upload it on your computer just so you can watch it, you don't have to upload it to a social media or anything of that nature, for you to learn yourself and study who you are and become better, or join a support group of sisters around you, who are strong in spirituality, or if it's your church, join a group in church where women are coming together and you're talking about how God can empower you, through each other or, something to that extent. So, your diet, your lifestyle, the way you eat, how you communicate with your body and your spiritual life are some of the few things, and these are just the few things that you can do for yourself. This book, Prescription for Nutritional Healing, this is a good book to have. Now, this is the third edition. I have the newer edition too down here. I don't know if it's the newest edition, but I have another one down here as well. That's a good book to have. It talks about many different things from A to Z about how to natural health, and what to do for your body and the symptoms to look for, if something's wrong and what you can do about it. Also, we have to learn how to detox and fast, ladies, so we can get rid of the poisons that are majority of the poisons that are in our body. And these are two books right here. This one I've read. This one I kind of touched and missed on. But it tells you about diets that you can use to detox or ways you can eat while you're detoxing. Okay. Uh, Books like this, Women's Book of Healing by Diane Stein, and also All Women Are Healers by Diane Stein. These are good books for you to read as women. It helps with spirituality, it helps with learning how to use natural herbs and homeopathic medicine and, acupuncture, reflexology, crystals, energy healing, chakras, and all that good stuff. Okay, so these are two good books that you can use. And this is another one, the Women's Spirituality book. I haven't really read through this yet, but I grabbed this at the bookstore. This one, The Wisdom of Menopause, because men don't really, they learning, but a majority of them doctors know they just treating them symptoms. They not treating you, okay? And it's The Wisdom of Menopause by Christine Northrup, okay? And she has another book called Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom, all right? And these are great books, for you to look at and be able to read. You know what I mean? And get some insight on what's going on. I mean, she goes into the metaphysical things of menopause and also women's bodies. So these are two more good books that you can read, that can help out a whole lot, you guys. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share. And like I said, their first book here is, oh, excuse me, y'all, I'm a mess because I'm, redoing my whole little setup back here. So this is the fifth edition. So they steady come out with more editions. This is another prescription for nutritional healing. So you can use any one of them. They all have the same aspects of them. They all have the same information in there. This book right here. So I wanted to share that, and I thank you very much. If you have any questions or anything you can suggest and add to it, leave it down below. Thank you, much love, and later. I don't know what is going on with this, but YouTube is doing some crazy stuff. It's not really letting me respond to none of my. Well, I guess I have to do it on Google Plus. I mean Google Chrome instead of Internet Explorer, and I just figured that out today. So it wouldn't let me get none of my comments, or comment on any of my videos, or I was having trouble, but I figured out today I have to go to Google Chrome, and I knew that before, and I just forgot all about it. Got too much going on, y'all. But anyway, later. Thank you for watching.